Today I'm going to run you through how I use Creality's Raptor X to help me design a funnel to fix the dust collection on this miter saw. First thing I did was cover reflective surfaces with green tape. This prevents the lasers from bouncing around. Then I put down a bunch of scanner markers and I 3D printed these black ones that I just scattered around. I had these stickers that I attached to other surfaces. Then we're going to turn on our scanner and open our Creality Scan app. We're going to hit New Project and give it a name. Now we want to collect data on our markers, so under the Scan tab, change the scan mode to Global Markers and hit Preview. When you're ready, either hit Start on the app or on the scanner itself and start collecting all the marker points. You're going to want to make sure to stay within the green and light blue zones to collect all the data. This indicates how far the scanner is from the subject, where dark red is too far and dark blue is too close. You can start and pause however many times you want until you collect all the data points. Then once you've collected all of them, you can hit Finished. I like to make a habit of downloading all the marker data, then starting a new scan and importing all those markers, in case the app crashes. So after doing that, we can start a scan of the model. This time go to Point Cloud and set your resolution size. I'll be using 0.15mm, but use more or less depending on your model size. Then hit Preview. When you're in position, go ahead and press Start to scan. Go around your model making sure to keep the marker points in view as well, as those indicate where in space the scanner is. Again, you can pause and start however many times as you want until the model is complete. Then when you're satisfied, click Finish. At the bottom you'll notice some tools which we'll use to trim the areas off that we don't need. You can use the rectangle or lasso select tool to do this. Then when you're satisfied, click Save. At this point you can hide your markers if you like. Then under the Scan tab we're going to hit Fusion. If we took multiple scans we could combine them with this feature to overlay sections that we maybe missed. But for us it doesn't really matter because we only took one scan. Next, after Fusion, we'll go under the Mesh Processing tab and click Meshing. If you plan to use this mesh in Fusion 360, we'll need to reduce the mesh size as small as possible so that the app doesn't crash. Next, you can play around with the other settings like removing isolated parts. Then hit Apply. Now before bringing it into Fusion, what I like to do is change the orientation so that the front, top, and sides aren't arbitrary. So I'll use the Transform tool and play around with them until I get it flush with the reference box at the bottom. When you're good with that, go ahead and hit Export Model. And now we'll go over to Fusion 360. Here under the Design tab, go all the way to the right to Insert Mesh and add the one we just downloaded. For some reason I find this the only way to get it to upload correctly, and if I do it another way the units or size mismatch. Anyways, now I'll rotate it some more just to get it in the orientation I want to play with it in. Under the Mesh tab I'm going to want to separate the blade from the miter saw frame, so I'm going to hit Separate. And as you'll notice, there's a lot of little floater meshes that I don't want, so I'll make a new folder, put all of them in there, and then make all the contents of the folder invisible. Now we can absolutely work with this mesh and model around it, which is what most people would usually do as it's less taxing for your computer. But I'm going to convert the mesh to a solid body, because I'm more comfortable with working around solid bodies than I am with meshes. Plus I like to be able to make planes off points from the solid body. And after modeling for about an hour, I came up with this funnel which has grooves that let it fit perfectly into the lip of the mouth of the dust port, and I tapered it to be press fit so it tightens up the further it's pressed in. My first design didn't clear the back fence, so on my second I fixed that. And is this the best solution? No, but it does help out quite a bit. Anyways, thank you Creality, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all in the next project.